Let's take back London.
Cześć, witam cię bardzo serdecznie w kolejnym odcinku z Watch Dogs Legion. Zostaw kciuka, subskrypcję, dzwoneczek i udajemy się do kolejnej misji. Zaznaczmy sobie oczywiście jakąś traskę tutaj do tego miejsca. Siema, potrzebuję ten pojazd autonomiczny. Bardzo się cieszę, że można nim jeszcze prowadzić. Też jest autonomiczny, jeździ sam. Okej, lecimy do questa, robić questa, który się nazywa rozgrzebywanie przeszłości. Poszukaj dowodów w Nowym Scotland. O, właśnie już minąłem tą lokację.
Christ, Albion's taking this place over like a fucking parasite.
And the entire police service. But don't worry, if you're not pleased with your privatized goon squad, just take your business across the street.
Didn't think I could feel bad for the English police, but fucking hell.
Not to worry, the
Oh.
only difference now is the uniform, assault weapons, and the fact they're motivated by profit over public service. Now, any record or information on the Spiderbot will be further in.
No od frontu raczej nie.
Suspect must have made off.
Odblokujmy sobie jakieś przejście. Oni mnie będą mieli w nosie. I tutaj.
Something over there?
You
Tego kurna nie widziałem tam. Ej no.
Langston, aren't you?
Dobra, psiarskie najebane. Tu nie ma zasilania. Wolimy ich. Bo czemu by nie? Bunt w dzielnicy. Wyzwól Londyn. Walcz z opresją na terenie Londynu, poszukując okazji w dzielnicach i kończąc te zadania na terenie każdej z 8 uciskanych stref. Okazje w dzielnicach. Ukończenie zadania w ramach wszystkich okazji w dzielnicach, aby odblokować unikalną misję. Wypełnianie takiej misji sprawi, że dzielnica zacznie się buntować. Nagrody. Kiedy w dzielnicy wybuchnie bunt, zyskasz w nagrodę wykwalifikowanego agenta bądź agentkę. Zwiększone poparcie dla DZWONEK-u. A w tejże dzielnicy oraz ujawnienie lokalizacji punktów technologii na mapie. Okej, powiedzmy, że możemy to
I think you just
robić.
made a new friend. If Albion wanted to lock them up, they must be dangerous. And dangerous we can use.
Yes.
Punkt technologii nam się na pewno przyda.
Bagley, is this our spider bot?
According to the serial numbers, this matches the piece of spider-bot from the Tone bombing site.
Can you ID the last user?
Navigate the spider-bot from out of that room. I'll need a direct connection in order to learn more from our bisected friend.
I'm on it.
Na wszelki wypadek tego też obalimy.
That opening right there looks like a good exit point. Right, get comfy. This spider-bot might be broken and missing some of its legs, but it can still jump and fit through vents. That's a good way to get through the station undetected. That's a part of the remote detonator system from Parliament. If the Met, or Albion rather, actually analysed it, they would see it wasn't DedSec's handiwork at all. That's Dalton's mask. It must have been recovered from Parliament. It might be the only thing left of him now.
Oj. Nie doleciałem. Robocik jest lekko uszkodzony. Albo uderzyłem w tą lampę w sumie, też mogło tak być. Serio? Teraz ktoś mi mojego człowieka tam weźmie i wykryje. Okej.
Buggery fuck, would you look at all this junk? You'll have to jump your way across to get to the next vent opening.
Dobra, powoli, żeby się nie spierniczyć nigdzie. Ja pierdzielę, jaką on musi trasę przejść. Ja tu jakbym spadł, to bym już chyba nie wyszedł.
You're almost there. Make your way through this last vent path.
Dobra. Oj. Kurde, jaka trasa. Mamy go.
Got it.
Scanning Spiderbot and accessing accessing its internal drives. While I'm analysing this data, you should make yourself scarce, unless you'd like to explain to your new, heavily armed, privatised police force why you've broken into the station.
Fine.
Do widzenia. Że lepiej jednak i tak górą wyjść.
The spiderbot fragment you found has a satellite-based GPS module that regularly pushed its location to a specific ground station.
A secret location? None of this makes sense. We better go check it out.
Pushing you the ground station's coordinates.
Zbadaj stację naziemną, okej. Tutaj. Mamy jakiś bliższy ten? Nie ma, więc trzeba podjechać. Jeszcze nie odkryłem żadnego teleportu do tego miejsca. Oj. No ten też już dojadę. Nic się nie stało, że źle skręciłem. Fajne autko nawet. Przyjemnie się w tej grze jeździ, przynajmniej na razie nie trafiłem na auto, którym mi się słabo jechało. Ale chciałbym też, żeby ta gra się już rozpędziła, bo tak szczerze mówiąc to te questy na razie mnie troszeczkę nudzą.
The GPS history of the spiderbot we recovered regularly pinged these coordinates. Our mystery witness to the real bombers must have come to this lovely, damp location several times.
It's remote. Good place to fly under the radar.
Or to discreetly dump a body into the Thames.
Now to find a way in.
I'm detecting a surveillance network guarding a space under this bridge. If you can patch into it, perhaps you can take a look inside.
Okej. Nic to nie dało, a wręcz przeciwnie wyjebało FPS-y gry. Ale jeszcze mogę to uzbroić. A, teraz wyłączyłem to. Z tej drugiej strony coś jest. Skrzynię z bezpiecznikami odblokuję, dobra, ale gdzie jest skrzynia z bezpiecznikami?
Control to all units, possible hostiles near your location. Got it. Watch for hostiles, people.
No dobra, sprawdźmy to.
Well, tiddle me bollocks. It's like a wee little cop station here. What's it doing, I wonder?
Well, if Albion was stomping all over your workplace, you'd find a different place to store your lunch too. And it seems our mystery officer was dedicated.
Sure, I'm with you. But what were they working on that would lead them to the town bombing?
The computer's dusty enough to kill an asthmatic, but there may still be something useful on it.
Okej. Pobieranie dziennik audio.
This is Inspector Caitlin Lau. Well, former inspector now. Since Albion's coup, the Met is no more. The police brass had already buried the evidence anyway. Everything implicating Albion and Clan Kelly in the bombings. But I know Mary Kelly's band of twats were involved. And they're involved in other crimes we can look into. Me and a few good mates are willing to go off book. Going after Mary Kelly again. I'll never fucking learn, will I?
Pobieranie dziennika wideo.
Inspector Caitlin Lau, video log. Clan Kelly and Albion are teamed up on some deal. I don't have all the details, but it looks to be human trafficking. The European Processing Center is the Albion angle. Since the bombings, they can grab anyone off the street. Call them illegal immigrants, potential DedSec insurgents, whatever. Though we know who the real danger is. So, Clan Kelly gets hold of these people, these immigrants, deportees, victims, really, and they're taking them somewhere. But where and why? It all comes back to the boss lady herself. I knew she was into something, but she wriggled off the hook. There's only one way I can do this. 24/7 surveillance on Mary Kelly. If I'm caught, well, this will be my last entry. But I have to see what she's hiding.
No dobra, tylko że mamy tu jakiś gwiazdkę policyjną, nie?
So, our mystery officer was Inspector Caitlin Lau. It sounds like Mary Kelly was her white whale, and her investigation led her to the bombings.
This is all starting to come together. I knew Albion were grade A cunts, but working with Clan Kelly gives them something to hide.
It seems like 0 Days Web covers all of the unsavory bits of London. Tug on a thread, and it leads back to them. Clan Kelly and Albion included.
They're taking people off the streets. 0 Day or not, we have to do something.
Inspector Lau mentioned Albion is running their part of the operation out of the EPC. Detectives like us call that a lead.
Dobra, oddalmy się, bo nas przecież szukają. Kościono rozdział DZWONEK-u. Odpuścili chyba.
This Albion Clan Kelly business leaves a bad taste in my mouth. And if Caitlin Lau's right, then this little nugget jumps to the front of the queue. We have reason to believe a former DedSec operative may still be alive, but missing inside the EPC.
Angel Lopez, not London born, but I won't hold that against him, unlike some others.
Looks like Angel got caught up in the immigration roundup, which, ironically, may be the only reason he escaped 0 Days DedSec purge.
Anti-immigrant sentiment has grown in London since the bombings. Albion fuels it. It allows them to send anyone they want to their brutal refugee camp.
We need to find Angel before they discover he's DedSec.
Control, we're heading
This is kind of personal team. Finding his trail might just shed some light on the Albion Clan Kelly connection.
Shit. Well, good news it is. Deportees aren't leaving the UK. They just chuck them in the EPC and then they look the other way.
I've sent the details to your device and advised our contact at the EPC. They can get you inside.
Okej. No, trochę źle pojechałem, ale to se pod prąd śmigniemy kawałek. No dobra.
So, I've delved more into Caitlin Lau's investigation, and an enormous number of missing person cases center around the EPC. The inspector was definitely onto something.
So let's find that guy and get out fast. If they work out Angel's DedSec before we find him, the nicest thing they'll do is kill him.
EPC spotka się z kontaktem, no dobra.
The European Processing Center. It processes deportees by stacking them up in squalid conditions and forgetting about them. But hey, it's to protect London, right?
Mam wrażenie, że troszeczkę inaczej powinienem iść.
Albion personnel have complete discretion to discharge their weapons in the event of threats.
What's going on here?
This place is worse than a prison camp. Every day I see people come through here, torn from their homes and their families. But I'd rather stay and keep an eye on things. Maybe help out once in a while. Like now.
This is a fucking abomination. Nobody should be treated this way, let alone somebody whose only sin is being unlucky enough to be born in the wrong place.
Yeah, well, people have been disappearing. Records say they have been processed, but it doesn't add up. No one ever properly leaves. And with the Kellys prowling around like fucking hyenas, I am not too optimistic about the people slipping through the cracks.
Well, that checks out. Mary Kelly has her reeking tentacles choking out half the boroughs in the city.
Truth. Now, about your missing guy. The best place to start would be the EPC database. They keep a record of everyone that comes in. And be careful.
Pushing the location of the EPC database on your optic.
Mhm. O kurde, troszkę ich tu będzie, coś czuję. Dobra, ale tu jestem w stanie się dostać w jakiś sposób prosty. No właśnie, bo ja tu już byłem na górze. Powinno się udać tam przejść. Albo i nie. No niestety.
There will be a database here that we can search for evidence on Angel Lopez.
Dobra. Te kamery mi mają w nosie, nie? Tak. Aha, wyszedłem. W takim razie, gdzie są schody do góry? Okej. Mamy pająkobota, spróbujmy się jakoś dostać do tego pomieszczenia. Dobra, odblokowane. Co? Dlaczego? A tylko z tamtej strony odblokowałem. Okej. No lepiej z jednej niż z żadnej, nie?
Go on, Bagley. Tell me you found something.
I have. His file has been deleted from the main database, along with hundreds of others. Still very detailed. Even when committing crimes against humanity, the government doesn't skimp on paperwork. Here is a recording labeled Exit Interview.
You know what we do with terrorists, Lopez? Don't go pissing me off by denying anything. We know you're with DedSec. You think you were picked up on some random sweep? Not a fucking chance. Nothing to say. Well, this is not going to go well for you then, because I want information. The rest of your cell, where are they? I want names, places, everything you've got.
You think I'm daft? I spill everything I know and what? You let me go? I'm not talking. I know how this ends.
Oh, I don't think you do. I'm going to throw you to the wolves. The Kellys have an interesting way of disposing with problems.
You think I'm scared of some fucking thugs? Of winding up floating in the dams? Fuck you.
You're too pretty for that, mate. First, they'll peddle you. For dosh, right? Then, when you're used up, they're going to chop you up and send the pieces to the four corners.
I can take whatever you've got.
I almost feel sorry for you. Get him to the bloody clinic, then.
Shit. They knew he was DedSec the whole time. This doesn't look good for Angel.
The clinic keeps government service hours, which means it's closed. We'll have to find Angel the old-fashioned way and hack their CTOS hub.
Okej, pobierz dane AR kliniki.
Conditions, unexplained disappearances. It's almost as if the media are deliberately ignoring the situation here in favor of... Oh, look here, Beatrice Stokely, 89, recently took up kickboxing to fill up her days. Fascinating. If the EPC is a typical example of how humans treat each other, I'd say a benevolent AI overlord is a step up, wouldn't you?
Ah, shut it, Bagley.
I have reconstructed an AR scene of Angel's examination. You can view it inside the clinic.
Nicely done.
Dobra, może tędy się wejdzie? Nie. Ale zobaczmy, dokąd doprowadzi nas to wejście.
All persons on the premises must at all times carry valid identification and be prepared to present it to Albion personnel upon demand.
Okej. A, jesteśmy na zewnątrz teraz, już wiem, dobra. Pytanie, czy tu wejdziesz? No teraz już nie wejdziesz tutaj, tam. Dobra. Musimy wejść tak, jak weszliśmy wcześniej. I dostać się do tamtego jeszcze pomieszczenia. To musimy znaleźć jakieś wejście do tego, ale zrobimy to już, myślę, że w kolejnym odcinku. A teraz to tyle, dzięki serdecznie za oglądanie, zostaw kciuka, subskrypcję, dzwoneczek i miłego popołudnia. Cześć!